What's going on, guys? Today's video, I wanted to chat a little bit about the Q&A. I'm sure there's probably going to be a few more questions being asked, but I like to think, at least, that most of the juicy questions are already answered. So this is going to be released a day after the Q&A. Right here you can see on screen, though, is, we'll fast forward a little bit, but it's pretty much what 1000 Canteen energy gets you for the Hyena Bomber Galactic Chase. So I have 1095 max energy, so you can't buy any other energy refreshes until you use some of your energy already. So this is what I did. I saved up around 1000, and I'm just going ham at the signal data here. So I mean, this is a great way for me to work on my relics and also get this new thing unlocked. If you guys really want to try to shoot for 5 stars, which I would highly recommend you guys do, you're gonna need to get a lot of extra refreshes in. So this is 1000. 1000, you can see at the end, it gives you around 57. For me, at least, it did. You could have some, differing drop rates in your RNG, right? But if I was to guess what amounts of energy and crystals you would need to spend to get 5-star unlock, because you got to keep in mind 5-star unlock gives you the last level of an upgrade on your reinforcements, which is really, really important. I think when it comes to a Galactic Chase, because like the Ebon Hawk, his reinforcement was really, really solid. It dispels all buffs on the enemies, so that's really cool. But if you really want to shoot at a good mark to hit here, I'd probably go 3 to 4 refreshes a day. And if you're a little bit behind, and let's say you didn't hoard 1000 like I did, I'd probably say 4 to 5 refreshes a day for whatever, it says here 4 days, 23. So around 5 days or so, you've got, so I would say 4 to 5 refreshes. 300 is going, or 3 refreshes is going to cost you 300 crystals, and then the 4 and 5 would cost you 200 plus 200, so 400. It's going to cost you quite a bit, but I mean, it kind of depends on like how hard you want to go in on it. So as you can see there, I only got 57. Where was it that I was at there? Yeah, I think it was right here. You can see there 57 is the money that I got there, and then this morning you go back into the game and I got, where is it? I got a little bit more. Not a crazy whole lot, but it's we're getting there. I need around 84 more, I think, to hit the juicy 5-star unlock. 80 for this one, and then 65 for the 5-star. So we're looking around the 80 mark, 80, 70 mark. So that's that, if you guys want to shoot for that. But let's go chat about the Q&A really quick. The Q&A, I think, was I want to say the word ballsy, because of like how everything is right now in the game with all like the contention and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the Q&A thing was solid. It kind of reassures us that the game isn't going down the crapper or anything like that, right? So there's quite a few things here. They say here they updated us at 2 p.m. Pacific, that they still got some more questions that they want to post here. Let's just refresh to see if there's any extras. Okay, so we're going to start here with general, because general, I think, is always a good topic to hit on, right? So we're going to not chat on everything here because they're pretty lengthy in the questions. Some are really irrelevant for what I want to do here in the video, but just starting off here, any love for First Order in the future? This is already kind of hinted at with some of the data mines, and of course the GAC stuff coming here. Yes, there's going to be more content here. But out of this, I don't think they really go into in-depth with reworks for any of the old First Order, like Phasma, First Order Officer, OG Kylo, Stormtrooper even, stuff like that in FOTP. I would like to see not only new characters coming from First Order, but some reworks. That would be really ideal for me, at least, because I have some of these older ones that are geared up pretty high, gear 12, and they're great, and I can get good counters for them, but I would like to see a little bit more out of the whole teams there, and some more reworks or just touch-ups, So they chat about what does your community manager do all day, because it certainly doesn't seem like he's managing the community. They say that they're just really busy. I think right now, with all the crap in the game, all the bugs, you gotta still think of it in their shoes, because as much as I've done videos ranting on these guys, I mean, in the past, you gotta respect them, because they're always active with what they're trying to do for the game. I don't think there's a huge lull in what they're trying to do. I think there's always something they're working on, or either brainstorming or just fixing bugs and such. So I can't really hate on that part to it because there's always a lot of stuff they're trying to fix. A lot of these questions were like, is the game dying? You know, are you guys losing interest in it? Are you guys just not really that motivated to do stuff? Well, they say here that it's totally the opposite here, and I was expecting this stuff from this Q&A, and a lot of the stuff, like I said in my previous video, they chatted, or at least Top Hat chatted a lot in the Galactic War podcast. So if you guys really want to chat about that and go see that, go feel free to. A lot of this stuff was already explained in that podcast, but this is just a little bit of what they're hitting up on the Q&A. A cool thing here that I kind of thought they did, kind of thought they might have didn't, but they say right here, do you guys watch YouTube videos from the community? And they say, we watch them, sure. Their sentiments are largely mirror from those in like the Reddits and stuff. That's kind of negative, I guess you could say. I've been negative in this game. I've been positive in this game. I'm going to always say how it is for me in my perspective. But I like the game right now. I think it's in a good direction, at least for me. Hopefully it is for you guys too. Okay, so chatting more about stuff like that. Okay. Right here, they're chatting about the senior producer, Mark, why he isn't, you know, as chatty as Carrie was, and they say here that Carrie was more community-facing, Mark isn't, and Mark says, or at least this Top Hat, he says that Mark is more, he lets these guys like Top Hat just like message everybody. He doesn't do too whole lot of communicating with us, although I mean he's probably in some way, shape, or form communicates directly, not through us, but through them to us. So I mean, hopefully that made sense. But I think Mark is just being Mark. He's still doing a job over there. He's not being lazy. He just doesn't communicate as much as I would like to. But I think he's a newer guy. Just let him be. I think he's got some good stuff planned, and you know, right now I think he's doing fine. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let's just keep going. This question here is, why is the game designed around hoarding resources? And they say it's not meant to be. It's meant to be for right here. They say, so in short, our goal is not to design around hoarding resources, but for those resources to be acquired and consumed over time. But it's kind of interesting that they say it like this, because there's metas in this game. There are metas for teams, there's metas in Arena, Fleet, and even in GAC there's metas. Just how the game is. And I don't think you can get away with being top end in games like this if you don't hoard anymore, at least for this game in particular. So hoarding is still a big issue. I would like to not have it as big of an issue with like all these changes to, you know, the extra chirotex from TBs and TWs. Hopefully that kind of helps out with some of the hoarding aspect. But I want to see kind of a in the middle type of thing, or like a approach where it kind of helps, you know, it gives advantage to people who do hoard, but it also doesn't make it a huge thing where if you don't hoard, you're going to be way down below in your sea of Arena and stuff like that, and not being as competitive, and you're just not going to have a good time. I don't want to be like that. I want to be kind of middle ground there. Here is a real question. Are you considering changing the Epic Confrontation unlock from 5 star to 7 stars? They're not, they don't want to. They're like, nope, no siree. They say we're not considering that change. Epic Confrontation events reward 5-star character unlocks. That's just how it is. That's just how it will be. That's where hoarding is the biggest issue for me, at least. I don't like that at all. I'll be 6 to 8 months behind getting Malik and also GS to 7-star, which I don't like at all. I would like it to be different. So this is another cool one here. In the past legendary and epic events, you're given rewards other than shards of the character for completing each tier of the event. There were no extra rewards for this last GS outside of the shards. They say, Viking says, we will revisit Legendary Marquee and Ancient Journeys and epic events with new releases planned for the future. So this is a thing. They chatted a couple months ago on helping newer players reach endgame faster, and they were trying to help the economy of the game. I think with what we're trying to shoot for here with extra gear in these old events, I think that's a good way to help out. I wouldn't say, you know, personally that they should give us extra shards like they accidentally did with the Malik bug, but maybe some like let's say some Kairos, maybe carbs, guns, cuffs, stuff like that, you know. I would like to see that a little bit more than shards, in my personal opinion. So hopefully that's kind of tied towards newer players and also long-time endgame players as well. I mean, just any replayable event I would like to see, because it's already in the game. They already made it. Why not let it be replayable? That's what I would like to see, at least. So they said here, it's talking about, this is a question based upon the Cantina energy. And they're like, farming relic materials interfere with farming Cantina characters. Are there any plans to create a new type of energy for relic or merging relic materials with mod energy. They say, nope, we don't want to do that, but we're looking at ways to help the inflow of relic materials, aka better rewards, which is something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, in the next GAC, they give us some relic materials. Relic materials are very similar to mod salvage, and they did that, or they still do that with, every round or every week of GAC, you're going to get some extra mod salvage and, some modulators for those 60 mods. So I'd like to see that either in end of season rewards kind of thing, or, every single week type of rewards, or maybe every round or so. I don't know. Just something to add in there with GAC. I think that'd be huge. Now, this is a big one. Yeah, you guys are going to hate this one. Holy cow. Are you going to buff Heroic, the HSTR raid, for people outside of top 10? And then number 2, is sending the HAAT raid coming soon? And then for that first one with the HSTR rewards, nope. They have no intentions of fixing the reward system at all. At all. And this is a big problem because it feels like, for me, at least in my guild, I'm like competing against my guildmates just to get top 10, and it is ridiculous at this point. And that's where marking and helping other lower tier guilds help out in those raids, that's where it's going to be a little bit more of an issue. And I don't see that. A lot of people, most people are going to hate this, and I don't like it either. And then they even chat about, simming the HAAT soon, which I should see, and we should all see soon because the new raid's coming as well. I don't like this question asked. I don't like the answer to this question at all. There should not be a huge, influx of raid gear from the top 10 when everybody in my guild can get top 10, but it just comes down to the little, it's so minuscule of how, differing the points are, and you can be, like, my top 10 can be 60 mil all the way down to 50 mil, and that's like 20 different people hitting those ranges because they can have a P3 solo and a bunch of other high scoring, high points in every other phase too. I don't like that. There should be different structures there. A question here I like a lot is, are there going to be more plug and play characters in the game? And there will be. They say, yes, we like plug and play characters too, and you can expect some more of them in the game coming over the next year. There you guys go. I like that a lot. I like the Toons that are like, you throw on like a Nest, Hoda, Wampa. I like those guys a lot. I would rather them, though, change the epic confrontation to be 7-star unlock and get rid of those guys completely from the get currency store, and then add in characters that are like these, plug and plays that are in the get currency store. That's personally how I would like to see it, but I don't think they will do that, unfortunately. This is a big question as well. Don't tie it to the server, combat already client side, just code it so results never reported to server and it doesn't affect anyone's cooldowns. Easy, most asked update ever, please consider. They're working on this. This is a huge thing, this is a huge deal, and I think throughout this entire video I'll just kind of skip ahead to these bigger questions being asked here because I don't want to be a 20-minute long video for you guys. This is cool to see. This is a great, whoever came up with this question is great. This is great thinking. This is a great idea. Just have like an arena battle, but don't hit anybody after you beat somebody. Put it on practice mode instead of an actual battle, just so you can test it out. You don't have to waste all your crystals in testing. I like this a lot. I think this is one of the coolest things that they could add here. This is a big one. This is a quality of life. I was just reading this. So you guys know when you go into like a TW or GAC and you accidentally click and place the wrong team, or you don't have the full team there that you want, well, guess what? They're going to fix this in an upcoming update. So they're going to fix this way if you want to do a wrong tune. They say, I do this to myself all the time, and I feel terrible about it in TW. So it's high up in the list of quality of life improvements we want to make soon. So this next title update, or whatever this may be in the next month or two, this is going to be a big update for a lot of quality of life. Hopefully fix a lot of the bugs in the game. And at the same time, releasing all these cool content, pieces for First Order, really anything in the game. And I think these next 2 months, end of the year, and then even start of the next year, will be extremely high content value, a lot of things to do in the game. So that's my just take on it, guys. So one of the last ones that I want to hit up on here, guys, is about these pilotless ships, like the Vulture Droid, like the Hyena and Y-Wing, that are all crewless ships, and how they're scaling it to still be equal power of those that do have pilot that are ships. So they say that we made sure that their stats scaled in such a way that they can and do remain competitive and vital parts of their fleets at the current maximum relic level. So this is so interesting though, guys. There shouldn't be any relics attached to it, but there's somehow gonna be a way for them to have I don't know how they're gonna do this. They're gonna either have to introduce a relic for these crewless ships, or when you get it maxed out, then it becomes like a relic. I don't know. So we had to be very careful that a maxed out crewless ship wasn't dominant in terms of how much was invested into it. It was a very fine line, but our internal testing is showing the results we're aiming with for those. So I don't know how they're doing this and how they're going to manage it, but they say that they've already kind of aimed towards it and they're already there. So that's pretty much the last question, guys. I don't really think I'm missing anything here. Let me know, guys, if I missed anything. But that's pretty much it. I want to try to trim the video so it's not, a 20-minute long video, just so it's more condensed and compact for you guys to watch. Thank you for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, give it a like, share it around, and if you guys are new here, feel free to sub. Besides that, we have a Discord and a Patreon channel if you guys want to go check out those two things. Those two are both in the description link below if you guys want to go check out those two. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.